Blog time, people. I'm back on the bank. It's Monday. It's about 1:15, 1 o'clock. I got here yesterday about 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I was walking around for hours and hours and hours, and I couldn't see anything at all. So I thought to myself, there's nobody down this end, so I'll come down this end and fish the plateau out there in a margin spot. So I've put 2 out there, 22 wraps. Where are we? Out here at 22 wraps. I've got a chod, really low chod on one of them with a dumbbell. Crave dumbbell on it, like a 14mm Crave dumbbell. On it, like I say, on a small chod, and then on the other rig I've got a piece of, I've got a white 12mm signature pop up, and that's on a fluorocarbon rig, about 10 inches long. D rig, and then this one down here I've got in about 9 foot of water, like a gravel patch just here, and then it's all silty around it. This area looks clean. So what I've done is I've put 4 spoms of just particle on that spot there, and then I've dropped a rig on it, fluorocarbon rig with a yellow Corda IB barrel on there, dumbbell on there, with about 10 inches again of fluorocarbon. But I'm going to change that tomorrow, because normally when I fish margin spots like that, I like to fish either a chod or a KD rig. So, because I'm fishing bags as well, really oily bags about that big, slid down the up length. It's just got chopped boilie and oils in it, and some powders and stuff and liquids. I mean, you can see it's flattened all this off of the lake, just off of that one bag, so it shows you how potent it is. I didn't do any vlogging yesterday, because like I say, I was walking around for hours and hours and hours and hours, and by the time last night I only got one rodded out there. My other 2 rods, I was so tired because I've had a really busy weekend moving furniture and stuff. I was that knackered, and my foot was really playing me up, so I went to bed, had a few beers, went to bed. Got up this morning, I had to stop in bed for a couple of hours. It's not like me, because my leg was that bad, I couldn't walk this morning. It's easing off now, so I'm just having a beer and doing myself a big fried breakfast. Well, it's not breakfast now, it's lunch. So that's what I'm going to do, and that way I don't have to have a little bit of something later. But yeah, so everything's set. I've got the rod set, baits done. Just got some particle that's been soaking for about a week. I haven't really added anything to it apart from a bit of oil, and there's some boilies in there, so everything, look, the boilies look washed out in there. It's got lake water in it as well. Apart from that, there's not really much else in there apart from some porridge just to thicken it up, stodge it up a bit. But it's the Rosella mix from Top Fly. It's the best mix you can get. It's got absolutely everything in it. The only thing it ain't got in it is hemp. And like I say, I buy a bag of loose hemp or a sack of hemp and then just mix it in with it. But it's a brilliant particle. It's got lovely colour and that, and I'll show you later anyway. But yeah, I'm going to sign off for now. So the rods are on the dance floor, the bivvy's sorted finally, and now I'm going to get something to eat and just chill and watch the water for a bit. So I'll catch you in a bit, people. Adios, amigos. Right, vlog time, people. The lake's gone flat calm now. I've seen a few fish milling about on the surface. I've seen nothing bosh out. I mean, I spent, like I say, all last night looking, and there's today looking. But it's been fairly windy all day, and then all of a sudden the wind's just completely dropped. The lake is just flat calm. Like I say, I've seen a few milling about on the surface. I think there's a bloke over opposite me, over the other side of the lake. I think he's been fishing zigs. I haven't seen him have any luck. I haven't fished a zig at all today. I probably should have done. Probably should have put a zig on out there alongside my other rod. What's out on the plateau, like 12-foot water, but I don't know. So far, I ain't had no luck with zigs, I haven't. So, and then down this right side, there's definitely something down here. I don't know what type of fish it is, but every now and again you can hear it when the bird moves about. What's on the side? There's a moran in there, on an old nest. And every time it moves about, it's disturbing something in the water, or something in the water's disturbing it. So I've got a rig down there anyway, but my rig's a little bit further out. I didn't want it right underneath the snag. Put it away from it. And I've got a slack clutch as well. 9 times out of 10, slack clutch, they'll pick it up and they'll run out to the middle of the lake. The fish locked up, and the first thing you do is nearly drag your rod in and go straight underneath the snag. I've just seen another fish out there. There's a couple of bigger fish out there now. They're a little bit further than what I am now. I'm fishing it 22 wraps, which is, I'm just trying to think, 20, that's 80, about 90 yards I'm fishing out. Them fish that I've just seen a minute ago, they're at about 110 yards, like 20 yards. Oh, I've just seen another one at the top as well. So it seems like they're moving down the alley. That's what it seems like now. There's nobody over there fishing because it's been locked up, all that as over last week and the weekend. So it looks like the fish are starting to push down this way a little bit. I was going to go in there yesterday where them fish have just shown, but it's too far around there with all my gear. I need me one-man bivvy in that with me to be able to do that. But anyway, so that's the state of affairs so far. And why I'm here. Excuse me for farting. But these things have to be done. In fact, to be honest with you, I nearly followed through that. I did. It's a good job I've got some spare kegs. Right. Basically, the mix that I'm using, I've kept it just really, really natural. And that's, can you see? There you go. That's what I'm using. And it's, like I say, it's top flight, Bamford's top flight, and it's the Rosella mix. It's got all sorts in it. There's cracked maize, tares, maple peas, seeds, buckwheat. There's all sorts in it. And then all I've added to it is some sweet corn and some boilies, and they're all washed out. It's got, this lot's been soaked, sorry, for 24 hours, and then it's been brought to the boil and simmered for 20 minutes, and then it's been put back in the bucket. And then when I got to the lake last week, it's had lake water put in it. So it's been stood in lake water for about 4 or 5 days, something like that. And then all I've done to that is added some oil. I've added 2 tins of sardines and some oil, and there's a little bit of oh no, there ain't, sorry, that's it, that's all I've put in it. I haven't put anything else in it. I've just kept it really natural. When I've caught on my other mixes, they've been like that, so, and everything looks washed out in there as well, which is a bonus. So yeah, and then on me rod down the margin, I've got some sticks. Don't know if you can see that there. See if I can get one out of this spoon. I've got some really oily sticks, look. And basically all this is a mixture of chopped boilie, whole boilies, porridge oats, some liver powder, some GLM powder, some chilli flavoured oil, and then it's got some Nash candy nut crush liquid in it, and some bloodworm liquid in it. And then, like I say, it's just stodged up with some porridge oats. Sometimes I put a tin of fish in there, but I ain't this time. There's enough oils and everything in there to get a bite anyway. I mean, they'll sit on the bottom for days and days and days and days, just leaking stuff off. So yeah, and then, like I say, normally I fish a KD rig with that, but I ain't got a KD rig on down there because I had a rig already made up, a fluorocarbon one, which is probably a little bit too long for down there, but it should be alright. It'll still look a fish. But tomorrow, when I take that out, I should change it to a KD, because I prefer the KD on it, and tend to either use a chod or a KD down the margins normally. So, and that's about it. Right, I'm going to enjoy my cup of tea, get my binoculars out, and see what I can see, people. There's definitely a few fish milling about now. There is. Still not seeing anything top properly though. They're all just on the surface, just barely breaking the surface. You can just see them at the top. So, alright, catch you in a bit, people. Adios, amigos. But log time, people. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. It's been raining all night ever, and it's just eased off now. But I think we do some more, but not as heavy as what we've had. So, like I say, it's been raining. I've had a couple of liners on that left-hand rod last night. I think one was about 11:30 at night or something, and the other one was early hours of this morning, about 2 o'clock in the morning. So I was going to leave them rods out there, but because of having them liners, I don't know if the rigs have been disturbed or if they're sat alright, so rather than be sat worrying about them, I'm going to fetch them both in. I didn't want to, but because of that reason, that's what I'm going to have to do. It's no good to sit here pondering and then like one of the rigs is not out there right. So, but I'm not going to fetch them in just yet. It's only just stopped raining. I'm going to leave it a bit first, in case there's like any movement after it stopped raining, which sometimes you get. So basically that's the plan. I'm not going to put any more bait out, because I put bait out yesterday. I'm just going to get two rigs back out there, just with small baits on again. Back out there, 22 wraps, and then leave them there. And then this right hand rod down here, I'm going to fetch that in and change that over to a KD rig and put that back out there. I'm not putting any more bait out there. She'll just put a bag on and then just chuck that out there again, and then see what happens with that. I've seen a few fish milling about down here. In fact, there's one over there now. Just, I don't know if the camera's picking it up. There's one milling about just down here. There is. It's over here now. So I have seen a few milling about, which normally you do down this end. I always see more down this end than I do up there. And then yesterday there was quite a few fish milling about as you come down the alley here to the end of the alley. Something like about 3 pegs up, 4 pegs up, 2-3 pegs down from where Carp swimmers. I've seen some fish around there, and then I seen one bosh out and bosh out. So, but I've not seen anybody have anything. Whether anybody has or not, I don't know. But I hadn't seen or heard anything through the night. But the weather's bang on for it again. The weather's pretty similar to how it was last week, except it's raining more. It's just perfect for it, really. So we shall wait and see. I mean, it's only Tuesday. So, but yeah, so that's my plan. I'm going to have a cup of coffee and then get some fresh baits. Get some fresh baits on these 2 rigs here, and then get a fresh bait on this KD rig and get that out. And I've got to say, this Gardener Pro sleeping bag, what I was on about last blog, absolutely spot on. It's so comfortable, it's unbelievable. It's the best bag I've ever slept in, and I'm only sleeping in the top bit because it undoes and it's got 2 layers to it, and it's so comfy, and it's got a built-in pillar as well. It's just spot on, honestly. So if anybody's looking for a decent bag, Gardener Pro Plus, honestly, you'll not be disappointed. It's the dog's bollocks. So, right, I'm going get me a cup of coffee, folks. It's starting to rain again now. Right, catch you in a bit then. Adios, amigos. Right, people. I think the camera's picking me up. Just tilt that up a little bit. That's better. Right, basically, I've fetched my rigs in, and my hooks are still good. Sharpener. I use the Jag file, the Jag vice, and all you do is, sometimes I use the vice, sometimes I don't, but I'm going to use it on this occasion just to show you. I'm sure most people have seen one anyway, or used one. I don't particularly sharpen up straight out of the packet. I pick the best hooks out of the packet and use them. Normally, once my rigs have been out there for a day or whatever, I'll nip them in like this, and if you can see, I've put it in the vice, and I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and I do 10 down the sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 5 more on the top. 2, 3, 4, 5. That is razor sharp again now. Nothing wrong with that at all. Sticky sharp, as they say in the business. Sticky sharp, my friends. So I nip that out. And then just just get a permanent black marker and just go over the hook all the way over, apart from the beak of the hook, because I haven't touched that when I've sharpened it up. It's you don't want to be touching the beak part of the hook at all with the file. Hook as being a beak point hook, so I tend to always use beak points anyway for them. But that's that done. Now it just needs a bait on it, ready to go. So I just thought I would show you that, people. I hope the camera's picked it up. But as you can see, that there is razor sharp. So there you go, people. Right, catch you in a bit. Right people, just thought I'd quickly show you my KD rig. God, this wind. I've got about 5-6 inches of semi-stiff ESP. Oh, I forgot what it's called now. Let's have a look. Tungsten loaded ESP in £20 semi-stiff, which is that one. Basically, like I say, I've got about 5-6 inches of that. I've got an overhand loop at one end, and then at the other end I've got a bloodworm dumbbell wafter. I've got a shot underneath it on the hair. The hair's stripped back and runs through the eye of the needle, and then it's stripped back about 1/4 of an inch just to give it a hinge and a bit of movement. And basically that's tied KD style. So I've gone round the eye of the hook twice, pulled the hair back out of the way, and then gone round another 3 times, then put the hair back, then back round and through the eye. And that's basically my KD, and that's what I tend to use in the margin with an oily bag or bag. But that's my setup, that's what I like, because it just hooks them anywhere. It's just a really good rig, and that's what I tend to use in the margins. So there you go. Okay, right, better get this out anyway. Catch you in a bit people. Adios. Right, just thought I'd give you a bit of an update people, because the weather been blowing a right hoolie. It's starting to calm a little bit now, and it's been blowing directly from behind me and straight up here. And I mean, there's half a tree, it looks like there's half a tree on the bar out there. A great big massive chunk of tree that's just stuck in the middle. But there's a bloke that was fishing the top end. He's took all his rods out and had to move his bivvy right the way back. There's a couple of lads that's packed up. I think the lad on the island's struggling with his rods because he keeps coming out to him with the wind. But the wind was coming from behind me and it was blowing like crazy. Then it was blowing over this direction. Now it's swinging round more to that angle. And then tonight it's supposed to be, tomorrow morning it's supposed to be over there. By tomorrow afternoon it's supposed to be here. And Thursday morning it's supposed to be back down this way. Thursday night and Friday morning it eases off and basically back over that way. So that'd explain why I've seen 2 shows out there. I'm fishing on the 22 wraps out here. To the plateau. I've got 2 rods on that, and the fish have shown about 25 yards away. So as you come down at Ambush Alley down here, I'd say like the 3rd peg along, if you went in that peg and cast about 55 yards, that's about where they're showing. One was a good full big fish out of the water, and the other one was a smaller one. But they both looked like they was heading like that way, so very close to where I am. So, but I didn't put any bait out Sunday. I put some out yesterday. I put 20 spods out yesterday. That was yesterday afternoon. I've put nothing else out today. So I shall fish over that until tomorrow night, and then I'll probably put, if I haven't had anything by tomorrow night, I'll probably put another 10 out. I'll see first. And then this right hand rod, I've just chucked out with another bag on it. I've changed it, like I say, to a KD rig, like I said. So, but it's looking a bit more promising now I've seen them fish. I haven't seen anything else since. That was about an hour ago. So, but whoa, proper blowing it was. It seems like it's easing off now, but whoa, worst I've ever known it on here. It is. That's why I've moved everything over this way, so nothing can blow, because it's a bit shaded behind me. and I've redone all the tent pegs as well. I keep going out and checking them, but it does seem like it's easing off a bit now. So it'd be nice to see whether I see any more shows before dark, just to see where they are again. But no, it's looking good. I'm feeling quite confident now, actually. I just had a feeling that this peg would be in the right place. To be out there, I thought they're just going to turn up out there. I don't know why, I just thought they would. And they have done. They're in that area, so seems like they were showing up here last week and they've moved down. The wind's pushed them down, which I thought it would do. And plus there's not as many people fishing up the top now, so I think they've come through and come further down. So now they're not as pressured, so... But anyway, I shall see you, hopefully, through the night with the fish. Hasta la vista, motherfuckers. Morning, people. It's been blowing an absolute hoolie all night. I've had no sleep at all. Impossible to get to sleep in that. But last night I seen another show. So I saw like 3 shows, but it was over here, like I said before. So what I did was my right hand rod there was doing nothing. So I fetched that in, changed the rig on it, put a fluorocarbon rig on, D-rig, and put a dumbbell on, pink crave dumbbell, and I cast it out, showing fish, but nothing's happened, so I'm absolutely knackered. I could just go fall to sleep now, but I'm going to try and keep myself awake till about 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock time. And then what I shall do is, when the winds calm down later on, fetch my rods in. I'm going to re-put them 2 rods back out over there. I'm going to put a bit more bait over them, put about 10 spoms over them, I think, because that's had no bait on it for what day is it today? Wednesday. So I've had no bait on it for 2 days, so over 2 days then, so I'm going to put some more spom over that. And then this right hand rod I'm going to reel in and have ready, and if I see any showing fish I'm going to cast to him again, and then see what happens. But I'm absolutely knackered this morning. Like I say, if I could just nod off, but you can't sleep because the wind keeps picking up that bad, and then it's dropping. It used to drop for so long that it used to come back alpha leather. There's some really powerful winds last night. I had to keep going out and checking all the bivvy pegs. But I'm surprised that one of my rods hasn't gone. Very surprised. I expected one to have gone really, but we'll see what happens. So I shall catch you in a bit, people. Adios. Right, vlog time, people. Just thought I'd give you a bit of an update. Right, state of play is the lake was practically empty, and now all of a sudden there's fucking pegs filled up everywhere. There's people left, right and fucking centre. There's like, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them along there. I think there's another one tucked in the corner. That other bloke's still over there. There's a couple coming these pegs here. There's a couple on the island, or one on the island. There's a couple of blokes past there. There's a bloke in Catfish Corner. There's me. I reckon there's about 12, 13 on altogether now. But most of them that's come on have all put the rigs close in, even them down that left side. And I've already seen the birds picking their baits up. So what I've done is I've put 2 rods back out there on that plateau at 12 foot deep, 22 wraps, and I've put about another 12 spoms out there because it hadn't had no bait on it for 2 days. So I've put about another 12 spoms out there. I was going to put 20 out, but I've put 12 out, and then what I'm going to do tonight is put another 8 out, 8 or 10 out tonight, and see what happens, and then just leave it and fish over it till I go. I just want to see what happens if I spod morning and night, see if it does trigger any different reaction. You've got to keep trying these things, because I've seen them on the point, and they're spodding morning and night, and they seem to get them off of there. So just see if it works. Plus it's given me 2 opportunities to draw them into the spod, because I do think the spod draws them in now. I used to think it used to spook them, but I don't think it does. That's why I prefer to get my rigs in first and get the spod over them, because I know for a fact if you cast a lead over them, they don't like it. They disappear. They do come back if they know there's bait there, but not for a long time. So that's what I should do in future now, always. Plus I'm fishing with slack lines again anyway. So, but I've got 2 rods in, and then this rod here I've got sat waiting on a chod, on a short chod. It's about 1.5 to 2 inches. With a quarter heli bead, and then I've got a 3-ounce lead on the lead core leader, and then drop off bead at the top there, and it's loop to loop on, so I can take it off whenever I want to. That's got a size 4 stiff rig beak point up, and then that's a signature pop up. I've got no putty on the swivel, like with a lead core. And the weight of the hook, it just sits right. It goes down nice and steady, and that's how I want it. So well, that's the state of affairs. The sun's coming out again now, and the wind's completely dropped. So but that area out there where I'm fishing is absolutely full of oil, because I've put extra oil in the mix. So we'll see what happens. I feel quite confident actually. So, but I've got this ready anyway, so if I see any showing fish that's not in my area, I'm going to cast to him with this. And if I don't see anything by tonight, then I should just drop it out in an area where I think I've just seen one come out over there, out the way over there in that corner. Just seen it bosh out. Oh no, it isn't, sorry, it's somebody spodding. Somebody's spodding. So yeah. So just see how it goes. Still got a couple of days. I think I'm doing everything right. Can't fault anything that I'm doing. So I know I'm in the right area out there, so let's see what happens. Let the games begin. Right. Hasta la vista. Catch you in a bit, people. Well, people, just a quick update. It's where are we? Wednesday night. I was going to put 20 spoms in here. I don't know if I've already told you. I can't remember now. I forgot where I am. But I ended up putting about 12 in. I was going to put 20 in. And what's happening now is where my rigs are, where I put the bait out, the birds are diving. So they're wiping all my bait out by the looks of it. They've been diving for about an hour. I was hoping they'd bring some fish in or something with all the you know, mucking up the bottom and that, but they keep going down on it, disappearing, coming back, disappearing, coming back. I presume because the water's clouding up with silt at the bottom where they're trying to feed. But they haven't disturbed neither of my rigs yet. So I'm in 2 minds what to do. I don't know whether to leave them or recast and put some spod over the top, some more spod. But if I do, I think I'm going to wait till it gets dark. Or I don't know whether to just leave it. The trouble is the way they're diving on it, there's probably not going to be much food left soon. So I'm in two minds, but I think that's what I'm going to do. It's raining again at the minute. It's about 7:10 at night, I think it is. I think what I'll do is I'll give it half an hour or so. If they keep diving on it, then I'm going to have no choice but to put a bit more out after dark. But I'm not going mad to just put about another 7 or 8 more spoms out there. And then just leave it. So the summits has just spooked them tufties from feeding over my spot. It just shot off to the right, and summits has just dived on my spot. I thought it was another bird, but I don't think it is. So it could be a fish, and it looks like it is. So I don't know, I might just leave it now. Mind-blowing decisions. It is. What do you do in these situations? It's an hard one, isn't it? I've been in this situation before, and it's worked out where I've left it, and it's also worked out where I've baited over it. I mean, at the end of the day, the spod rod's clipped up. I think I'm just going to leave it for a bit and just see what happens. Because it seems like it's slicking up over there again. Even after the birds are gone, I don't think this camera's picking it up because it's right here. So yeah, I'm going to play it by ear and just leave it a bit longer. I've not seen anything to put this other rod on, so it's just there waiting. If I don't see anything, then I'll probably cast a single out as far as I can cast it towards the bar over there, because I don't think there's anybody in these pegs here. I think the first person in a peg is up at next to that peekaboo, I think. Peekaboo, sorry. So, but anyway, I was going to do a time lapse, but I'm not going to bother, so I just thought I'd switch the camera on and give you a bit of an update, people. Okay, alright, catch you later. Here comes the rain again. Morning, people. It's 5:30 in the morning. This fish over my spot still. I've had 3 liners during the night. I've had 2 on my left hand rod and 1 on my middle rod. I can't believe it, I ain't had a pick up yet. But I made the right decision last night by not putting any more spod in. Them 12 what I put in was enough. But like I say, what's the name? It's definitely fish still over my spot. It's I think they've been there most of the night. I think they've been coming in and going out. I can't believe I haven't had a pick up yet. Can't believe it. But like I say, I've had 3 liners. And nothing on that right hand rod that I just put out last night. I just put it so far out and put about 4 or 5 boilies around it. In an area where I'd seen fish, so. But it's a bit of a moody morning, a bit misty. It's a bit cooler as well this morning. So we'll just wait and see what happens. I've got a good feeling that I can't believe it ain't gone. I made the right decision by not putting any more bait in. By not recasting, just leaving everything. So, fingers crossed. Come on, please. Right, I'm gonna sign off for now, people. I'll catch you in a bit. Adios. time, people. Right, last night, Thursday, it's about 8:30, 8:45. I saw them early on, put them 2 rods back out there on the plateau. I've just dropped one back down here for tonight. There's another lad moved in next door, he's going to move in here tomorrow. But what I'm going to do is, I was going to put like another 12-15 spombs out earlier on, but I didn't. Put another 5 in. So when it's gone dark, I'm going to chuck another 5-6 in. And then just fish that out till tomorrow tea time. And that's about it. It's been pissing it down with rain. It has. For hours and hours and hours. It's dropped as well, the temperature's dropped now. So I've seen a couple of the lads what I spoke to last week. There's a couple of them on here fishing. So yeah, I've seen no more shows since seen all them others showing over here. Where I've seen all them shows, and then there was that one out here. But I've seen no show since then. So I don't know. I had them liners last night. So the birds were diving on my bait earlier on, but they've stopped now. So I don't think there'll be that much bait left out there. So like I say, I'm going to put some more out in a bit when it gets dark. And then we shall see what happens. Still time yet, people. Right, let me get this brew. I'll catch up with you later. Adios amigos. Right, vlog time, people. It's Friday morning. Just been round talking to the lad next door. He's going to move in here after I've gone because he's here for a week. There was out there last night showing to the right of where I was. So I put another few more spombs out last night. But nothing, I hadn't even had any liners, nothing. And then this morning I got up early. I've just nodded off for an hour. And then fucking, I could hear me fucking line, the reel, like fucking going round. I thought the fuck's going off there, then the alarm's going off, and it's fucking swan. And look what it's done. It's the same swan every time. It's a pain in the arse. It is. It got wrapped up last time and messed me fishing up. So I'm gonna sort this rod out. I'm not gonna bother putting it back out. And then just put this rod away and then just chill for the rest of the day. So nothing happening yet so far anyway, so I shall catch you in a bit, people. Adios amigos. Clear this bloody mess up. Right, people, might be a bit steamed up here. Oh, let me wipe the lens. Oh, chucking it down. I still think it's steamed. Hold on a minute, let me just open that so I get some. Well, you can see it's horrible now, it is. I've had a few liners this afternoon in that area, but some of them were definitely liners, the others were, I can't even talking to the camera, losing my marbles. Some of it was the bits of weed and wind, but the others definitely were. I could tell difference on my alarms and bobbins, and they was definite liners, they was. But now I've had another go, and it's defeated me again, this place. I've been on the fish while I've been here again, but I really thought I was going to get one the other night, but I don't think the birds have helped diving on my bait. Eventually I'm going to have to invest in one of them torches, you know, with the infrared beam on them to get rid of them. And also I've made a decision, I'm going to downsize, I think, as well. My next new bivvy, I'm going to get an umbrella system. Keep the 2-man for when I go to anywhere like Bluebell or whatever, where I'm having like a session on one lake for a long time, or if I go to France, or if Lisa, my girlfriend, comes with me. Get that cleaned up and get that put away, and I'm going to get an umbrella because I need to be able to move about easier on this lake, and I need to downsize with some of my stuff. So I'm going to have a good sort through everything when I get back and dry it off this time, and get stuff out of there what I don't need, and lighten all my load up and clean the bivvy inside and out, give everything a good clean down and get everything put away properly, and then that way I can see what I need to sort out for getting an umbrella, and see what bits I do need or whatever. So, but anyway, I met a couple of nice lads, quite a few nice lads. One fishing behind me I've never met before, decent bloke, lad fishing in the corner, spot on. Another lad on the island's been round talking to us. He likes to talk, that one does. Funny he is. And then some of the other lads what I already know from on here, what I met last time I was on here. So yeah, I've enjoyed it, but now I'm going to my girlfriend, so I've got to go, people. So I'd just like to thank everybody for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So as usual, people, tight lines, happy angling, adios amigos.